Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Collective, this is just going to be a quick daily read and along with some updates. I'm going to throw something new out here to you guys that I haven't done in a while. A card for the day. See what's going on in the energies. You could pick up Spirit saying over the next 3 days, so be aware of that as well. For those of you who have viewed the video from yesterday, and if you've not done so, please go check that out. It was like updates and things. As many of you may know, I was out for the last week. I was sick, feeling much better. Thank you all for your love, support, kind words, prayers of healing and whatnot. I'm sure without a doubt they've certainly helped, and I appreciate it very much. In yesterday's video, I had talked about doing some relief effort here on my end of the world to help us help out those that were affected by Hurricane Helene, and helping those in the Asheville, North Carolina area. Yesterday, I've got the goosebumps as I go to say this, we raised almost $800 yesterday alone to help provide some bedding, some cots, air mattresses, sleeping bags. The list goes on. There's been an update to the place in which I'll be taking all of these items to. They've added a few things to the list. They may be changing the dates of taking the tractor trailers down, but that's okay, right? That gives us maybe a little more time to get some more funds in. And no video is complete without a squeaky toy in the background, right? So happy good day, happy Tuesday to everybody from Cleo, the puppy. So with that, guys, for those of you who have donated, thank you so very much for the ways that you have supported. Almost $800 yesterday came in. Sat down last night to look over, like, with the update as to everything else that's being requested and whatnot, of how many ways, how many of this we can get, how many of that we can get. And I'm looking at pillows and blankets, sheets, those air mattresses, massive need for 5-gallon buckets, things like that, right? Benadryl, medications, over-the-counter stuff. So, socks, warm clothes now. I don't know about where you all are in the world. It hit 39 last night here. And I go out every morning, have my coffee, me, coffee. And I sat out there with just, my sweat clothes on and a blanket. And I'm like, geez, it's cold compared to what we've experienced here recently. And I could not help but be in the state of empathy going, in 15 minutes, what I do every morning, I go back inside where it's warm, it's comfortable. These folks are out in this 24 hours a day. So looking at getting some socks and things like that as well. I also had a friend of mine who lives down there, and she was able to get out of that area. And she said to me, Nicole, I've never seen so much death and devastation in my life. It really hits home when you have people that that are in it, looking at the pictures and whatnot online. So, the goal was to get as much in by tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time as possible, financially, to help get more of these things for these folks. But the goal may be, or the time frame may be changing and giving us a little more time. So I will say to you, I've had donations from $2 to hundreds of dollars from some of you, and I again appreciate that. These people appreciate that. I have no doubt about that. So anything that you can do, anything at all, please know that it makes a magnificent difference. If it's Band-Aids, if it's Benadryl, if it's cots, if it's sleeping bags, if it's tents, they're asking for tents as well. You figure some of these people can't put an air mattress or a sleeping bag in their home. They are basically camping out until they figure things out. So in any way that we can support these folks, let's do it, right? And again, I'm going to be completely transparent with all of you as to how much money is raised, where it's going, what we purchased. I hope to maybe even interview or talk to and get on camera with whom I'm going to meet with to drop these things off to as well. I can't imagine they wouldn't be open to it, to be able to just, show you the faces that are putting in the effort to help others out. So know that your help, your support, your donation is going a long ways. I am taking payment for these things via Venmo, Cash App, which is listed in the description box below, as well as I think it's in the About section of the page too. And then PayPal as well. PayPal does take fees, guys, and I'm trying to avoid giving third parties fees as much as possible. But if that is your only option, let's do the thing, right? Let's do this as best as we can. So if you have any questions about the donations, please don't hesitate to email me that too in the description box below in the About section of the page. And we'll go from there. All right. So thank you to everybody. I would love to see us double that number today. That would be amazing. And that would provide a lot of much needed necessities for these folks. So just thank you. Thank you all for your love, your support, everything that you do, every way that you give, whether by prayer, whatever it is that you've got. I don't even know what to say. It makes me kind of teary-eyed, and it just kind of, it does. It doesn't just kind of, it does break my heart. And then I will say too quickly for those of you, and I've talked to some of you in Florida here recently, some clients as well, get the hell out of the path of this Hurricane Milton that's coming in. Save yourselves, put yourself somewhere safe, get out of there, and sending many, many prayers of love and healing to those in the Florida area in this direct line. This has been a hell of a hurricane season here in the U.S. So, whatever we can do to support, love, and be there for everybody, let's do the thing. All right. Guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and put up a daily read here for you all as a way of showing my gratitude and support for all the ways that you support the channel, myself, and those that I am trying to help in the process. You make a magnificent impact on all of us. So thank you for all that you do on your end. All right, let's get to it, guys. Let's see what's going on for the collective today. And pardon the sniffles, right? Like it's clearing up. It's clearing up, but it still is what it is. All right, for the collective spirit, what does the collective need to be aware of today? Third eye awakening and appreciation. You're talking about that spirit of gratitude. I think in these, and I'm going to say this, in these times of trouble, right? This time, natural disaster, or even trouble in our own daily lives, or the things that we're dealing with, we start to wake up to who is there and who is not. We start to open our eyes to a new spirit, a new space of community, time, and presence from people that we would least expect it from. Also, collective, also be aware that this is also weeding out the people in your life. There's a new perception around it. It's understanding where people are coming from and why they do the things that they do, whether it's like good, bad, and different, So a massive awakening is happening. I have talked about the timeline shifts, the paradigm shifts, all of it. And with that third eye and that appreciation, like there are bittersweet parts of this that come in with that exchange, that change that's happening. We are awakening to a new world. And I can't help but say to you in this, you look at these natural disasters, you look at some of the social and economical issues that are going on right now, you see the world around us, the things that are being brought up in the court systems, you can't not, it's so much in our face, right? We cannot be aware of it. So on a bigger scale, we see these things kind of starting to sort themselves out, or the truth coming out. Separate to that, even in your daily lives, you may be seeing the actions of other people. This perception that you're having, that third eye awakening, is a deepening knowledge within you that says there is more to this than meets the eye. There are things that we can't see, and in due time we will see. Other things, Spirit is just leading us to guide ourselves through it. It's like taking each step, looking both directions, right? It's like crossing the road. Take a step, look both ways. What do you see? Take the next step, look both directions. What do you see? So it is picking a new path here, collective, most definitely. Heartbreak, broken heart here. Meditation, this is healing the heart space. I do think with the eclipse season, there was a lot of things, whether this is childhood stuff, this is family related, this is on a bigger scale, whatever this means for you. And I'm going to say, it could be across the board, right? But that heartbreak at a 9 is bringing a sense of closure. We've come to terms with situations or people in our lives with, maybe jobs, friends, family, and going, I don't have a lot of control in this situation. 9 on the clock as I say this. I don't have a lot of control in this situation, so I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to surrender, right? I've talked about that surrender. To surrender is to just to let it go, and to let it go as humans, it's a very difficult thing to do, right? It's hard for us to completely detach from things because we've attached ourselves to our homes, our families, a title of mom, dad, coworker, boss, lover, friend, whatever it might be. It's sitting in the space of stillness. And as we look at this, rest and rejuvenation, that 10 breaks down to a 10. We're going from the 9 to the 10. This is a cycle completing. This is a cycle of awareness that you now have a deeper understanding of. And that guidance is going to lead you to understand maybe your value, your worth in a situation when it comes to people. Knowing where to give, where not to give, what to do, when not to do it, and allowing yourself the grace spirit of embracing the unknown. So there you go. Like, it's okay to trust. It's okay to have faith in something beyond you. I'm going to tell you, finances are going to start to turn around. If you've been dealing with upset, loss, feeling like things have not been moving, there is like a divine alignment, collective, that's happening. So, and I'm going to say, we talk about money, and I've seen a lot in the comments, like, I'm broke, I've got nothing, I'm not getting paid, I don't have this, I don't have that. Remember that I know that in this world that we are in, right? Abundance is, we tie it to money, we tie it to things, we tie it to the tangible world. And I've seen this come out, I think it was in Saj's video. And there was another sign for October, I can't remember now, but I talked about letting go of that material world and embracing things with an open heart. We realize that those tangible things, that all the extra things that we have in life are not what heals the heart. We can have them, we've got them, right? It's like having knickknacks on a shelf. We like them, they're pretty. Do we need them? Probably not. But the abundance is not coming in just this tangible form. Abundance is being happy, being thankful. I can't help but go back to that appreciation card that I see when I started to shuffle this deck. This is about all good things. All good things. What is it in your life that you are truly grateful for? Because that puts you on this higher vibrational energy that goes, I am okay. I am safe. I am abundant. I am wealthy. I am, right? Have patience. You may have gone through a period recently where everything was like on the upswing, and now it could feel like you're in a little bit of a lull. It's coming. This coming into a new everything, and I'm going to use I'm going to show you the storm warning card sits behind that. There's a tornado over the ocean. We talk about those hurricanes, right? This has to clear. It's almost like people being in a constant state of aggression or anger or frustration. And it's humbling to be in these, I'm going to call them natural disasters. It's humbling to be in these arguments sometimes, even with other people, or looking at certain things and going, this is exhausting me. Let's just wipe the slate clean. Let's just be done with this. I don't ever want to have to do this ever again. This is a cleaning of the slate, collective. Whether it's on a big scale or a little scale. This is starting anew. And it may feel like in between these times that things aren't moving, quite fast enough for you, but it's coming in. It's coming in. There's a new form of abundance. There's a new way of living that's coming in. And it's coming in 6 and the 8, the 9, 6 and 8, coming in to clear up the past. 9 of Cups. Look at that. Some of you could be kind of questioning that 7 of Cups, 3 of Wands, questioning what happiness does look like to you. What does make you feel good? What is lighting you up? What sets your soul on fire? And for some of you, 13:13 on the clock, and for some of you, this is just looking at the past and going, if this confuses me, if this is difficult, where I've sat in something for complacency purposes, I can't do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. There's a whole vast world awaiting me out there, whether it's by way of love, by way of a new job, by way of new whatever it is. It's time. It's all about wiping the slate clean and starting fresh. What is truly not just going to give me a 9 of Cups kind of happiness, but how do I come together with another person? How do I come together with the collective? How do I come together with my kids? It's got to be different than this, because sitting in this stagnant energy says, if this is all I've got and I stay here, this is all I'm ever going to have. And it's not about the tangible. It's about the emotional realm that comes in with it. Okay? Excuse me. Action. What is this about, Spirit? I'm hearing what Katy Perry's Dark Horse, right? I don't know the words to that song. My daughter, I'm sure, could tell you all about it, but I don't know. But it's talking about the Dark Horse, and I hear that tune that goes along with that song, right? The Magician coming out with this is leaving behind, you guys have manifested by way of healing, by way of acknowledging certain things within the go. These are situations that I need to separate myself from. These are situations that are no longer a part of where it is that I'm heading. You've manifested yourself out of a lot of situations here. You know, and I'm gonna say this. Sometimes we will go through very hard and difficult things. And it's like, why in the hell is this happening, right? I mean, I've been there. I think we've all been there. But our higher self kicks in, and we let go of the ego instead of, why is this happening to me? What is this teaching me? What is this showing me? What can I do to get out of this? If this is the life that I'm in and I'm not happy, what does the life that I will be happy in look like? And moving from that lower vibrational of complacency into, let's make some changes here. Let's alchemize. Let's manifest. Let's change the world in which I live, right? And there's a lot of change, and as above, so below. That Magician is a beautiful energy to be a part of with the King of Pentacles. I'm telling you, you guys could be working the Sun collective. It's coming. It's coming. If you've been in a period of stagnancy, it is coming. You could be partnering up with somebody. Doesn't have to be, right? This Magician, the King of Pentacles. You know, this is using, and I'm going to say, using what you have for the good, for the better, whether it's for yourself, whether it's a YouTube channel, trying to help other people in the world. What, you know, just as the example, as we sit here today, the Sun, your higher vibrational energy of the way you give, your stability, your security, looks beautiful. And what that does, again, is create that ripple effect for not just yourself and the people around you, your family, your household, but it sends it on a vibrational level out to everybody in the world. Collective, we are going, and Spirit has been on my tail feathers for the last 24 hours to do a collective read. And I will say to you, I never used to pick up on social, economical stuff, climates, you know, all that kind of things, right? All the extra things in regards to these reads. And I can tell you that since I've done YouTube consistently, those are some of the things that I do pick up on. You know, and I've always evaded the news. I've always evaded all of that stuff because it's not healthy, right? It's mentally, it is exhausting. But as we shift into this new timeline to have a better understanding of where we are on a spiritual level, why we've been brought here, our power, our purpose, you know, the good versus evil kind of thing, what our purpose here is in this physical world. We've been brought to this physical 3D world to have this experience in this matrix, right? We've been brought here to learn how to alchemize as above and so below. Here you are. You're here to do something phenomenal. And a lot of you, Spirit said, the currents are changing. The winds are changing. Everything is changing. I would say to you, and this is going to be a weird analogy, go, because my passion and my drive via Spirit is to been so related to the things that are going on right now weather-wise. Look at how these storms brew up. Think about how they kick up. You know, it takes with Milton coming in, I'm going to use this as an example. Milton coming in out of the Gulf. It's very, I'm going to call it odd. I mean, it's happened in the past, but to see a Category 5 hurricane coming out of the Gulf, the waters there are so warm. You know, think about it in the terms of a relationship, if that's what you're dealing with. You meet somebody, the passions are high, they're flying, they're igniting. Is it clearing a slate for something better, or is it clearing the slate for something that is going to be chaotic? Think of it in that term. You know, I say things like, you know, I think I mentioned this yesterday too. I said in one of the videos about like jail or something, and one lady was like, you always talk about that. And I'm like, okay, it's not just that physical form, right? Like, how can you metaphorically take that and apply it to your life? Because spirituality requires you to dig very, very deep. That third eye is a deep soul awakening, a deep visionary awakening, a deep connection to your guides. Take a look at the world around you. How does it change your everyday life in a metaphorical mean? It's very important to acknowledge that, because if you can dig into that and go deeper, you're going to learn so much more about yourself in your own daily world. It requires a lot of self-actualization, a lot of realization, a lot of self-accountability. But what it does is transforms your life significantly. I don't know other way to put it than this reading is a spiritual awakening that's happening on a collective level. Open our eyes. Open our eyes, because something good with the Sun and the Eight of Pentacles is where you put in the work, the world, there's a successful completion that comes with that. there is a positive shift and a positive change. And I could tell you, without fear-mongering anybody, I see you. When we look at the world around us, I do wholeheartedly believe that it's going to get better. But with anything else, just like we talk about the precipice of all the things that are going on in the world, when we are in that very tough place, when you're in that very tough place, that transitional period, we're in the most uncomfortable phase of the entire journey in that cycle. That is a transition to be birthed into something new. So when it feels heavy, when it feels very difficult, know that the sun is coming. Know that positive, happy times are coming. Cheer, joy, laughter, love. That there's more to be seen on the second side of this than there is through the initial transformation. This is just the rough part, and you're coming out the other side in beauty and in grace, with love to be had. It's right now, it's, putting our nose to the grindstone. It's getting down to business. It's putting in the work and the effort so that there can be positive things on the other side. Without the work and the effort, nothing good comes from it. Stop it. Quit. I know. Sit down. Oh my goodness. It's like having another kid. So with that, collective, before the dog upends the table here, we can see her nose, I'm going to leave it there. It's like, just be in that positive vibration, be in those good things, put in the work, put in the effort. Again, as above, so below, as within, so without, right? Like, you've got this. Be patient through this transition. Good things are coming. All right, guys. Personal reads are open and available. Check out that information in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. Again, if there is any way at all that you can help with the relief efforts with Hurricane Helene, it is so greatly appreciated. I know that probably Milton's not too far around the corner, unfortunately. But let's get them the things that they need, especially where it's cold, right? They've got a whole other set of challenges they're going to be facing, and they are facing right now. So again, I will update you all as to the developments on my end of what we're able to do and accomplish, and know that you are all very loved, very supported. Thank you for the ways that you love and support me. Channel membership video will be out, if not today, tomorrow. Sending you all so much love and light. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.